Start with your posture. On your back with your legs uncrossed. If you're still in your bed, what a great way to start the day. On the floor maybe, the sofa, or your recliner, comfortable. And start with the breath, pulling the air in through both nostrils and pulling it down. And when you pull the air down, the diaphragm moves down and gives a little squish, a nice massage to the internal organs. And continue pulling the air in, belly rounding, then continue pulling and swell across the ribs and all the way up into the chest, and then let the air go and let it flow out through your mouth, through the nose, both, and then breathe in through both nostrils if you can, and take advantage of the engineering of the nose that filters and warms and humidifies the air. Fill all the way to the top and round up, and then release and let the air flow out. A whole, complete, full body breath. Continue breathing in this pattern, and notice yourself, and if there's any space in your body that's tense or maybe has a twinge of pain or something that bothers you, breathe right to it. Imagine it receiving all the rich oxygen and letting go of the carbon dioxide and waking up. Good. Now concentrate on your feet this morning. Our base. Bring the breath down to the feet. They're so far away from the heart, the pump. There they are down there at the bottom, ready to hold us up all day long. So bring your attention to your feet and breathe right to them. As though the toes could breathe. Feel them round up as you pull the air down. Imagine, create that picture in your mind's eye of the toes expanding with each breath, and gently a little bit less on the exhale as you expand the toes with the breath, and release the breath and let the toes relax. Good. Now with the feet out in front of you, notice their position. Do they roll out to the side? Do they roll inward? Get them so they're perfectly straight, toes pointing forward. Line your feet up. Your ankles and your lower legs. Your feet about hip distance apart, that narrow inside hip distance apart. And continue to breathe. And imagine the air flowing into the toes. Good. Now curl your toes. Go slowly, gentle, and then curl them as tight as you can. And hold them and breathe. Breathe 3 to 5 long breaths while you hold your toes tightly curled. And notice their position, keeping them straight. Lined up with your ankles and your shins. And adjust the curl in your toes so that You're at that point of gentle challenge. Don't go to that space where it takes your breath away. Stay curled. As long as you can breathe that full, complete breath with your toes curled, you're feeding and healing the cells. So a little pain is okay, as long as your breath flows. And when the breath's complete, release your feet and pull the toes back and feel the stretch across your arch. Good. Now pull the toes back and feel the stretch across your arch and push the heels away from the body. And again, notice the position of your feet straight, lined up with your ankles and your shins, not rolling in or out, straight, and hold and breathe. And when the 3 to 5 breaths are complete, release. Good. Inhale and spread your toes as far apart as they'll go. And hold them and breathe. And if they haven't moved very much, that's okay. Appreciate what it requires to try and build that so that over time your toes get further apart. Hold the spread of the toes for 3 to 5 breaths. And again, make sure your feet are straight. Good. When the 3 to 5 breaths are complete, release. Now bend your right leg and place the foot on the surface. And bend your left leg enough so that you can place the side of your foot flat from the heel all the way out to the toe. Lining your foot up. And hold it in this position, touching from the little toe all the way to the heel. And breathe the 3 to 5 breaths. Lining our feet up is so important so that when we begin to stand and put pressure on them and move, the alignment is good. It's going to translate all the way up our body. Hold and breathe, little toe to the heel, placed flat on the surface. Good. And then release. And now do the right foot. Bend the left leg, place the foot flat with the knee bent. Bend the right leg and gently allow the side of the foot to touch the surface from the little toe all the way to the heel. And hold it there. And breathe. And when the breath is complete, release the feet. And now wiggle your toes and wiggle your feet. And then allow them to be quiet and focus on your breath. Comfortable, breathing that whole body, complete breath. Rounding up on the inhale as you pull the air in through both nostrils and then releasing and letting the air flow out, lengthening, flattening all the way to the bottom. And at the bottom, 3 puffs to let out the last bit of air. And then pull the air in again and round up all the way to the very top, and at the top, 3 sniffs to take in the last bit of air. And then release and let the air spill out through your mouth or your nose or both, and go all the way to the bottom, and 3 puffs again. And continue sniffing at the top and puffing at the bottom. An even inhale and exhale. When actions required or we're in stressful situations, we have an automatic system that lengthens the inhale, gets us ready for action. And the trick is to let that go and make the breath even, to bring it back to that neutral position. And then extend the exhale and create calm. This time when you breathe in and take the 3 sniffs at the top, let the breath go on a long, loud sigh. Good. Do that several times and fill to the top and sniff, and then release on a long, loud sigh. What a great break to take during the day. Doing several complete sniff and puff breaths, and then doing a sniff breath with a long, audible sigh. Probably only take 2 or 3 minutes. Reset yourself during the day. Good. Let's breathe our breath and use a mantra to stabilize and focus our mind. The benefit of long, deep breath that we'll focus on today for our mantra is patience. There's a virtue, huh? So let's focus on it and allow ourselves to build our patience, build our focus, rolling the eyes up so that they focus at that point between the eyebrows, a 1/2 inch up and a 1/2 inch in, bringing your attention to the inside, stimulating that pituitary gland, the master gland, and holding your attention there as you breathe. As you breathe that long breath, whole and complete, your eyes focused right at the brow point, your body relaxed. Patience. Occupy your mind with the mantra. And when other thoughts try to creep in, just bring your mind right back to the mantra patience. You can try saying the mantra out loud as you breathe out, and then continuing the exhale. Or you can use the mental, quiet version, just thinking the word patience. Continuing the long, complete breath. Focus at the eyebrow point. Patience. Perhaps extending the exhale. Maybe say the word more than once. Use the breath and the mantra and your focus. And any thoughts that try to creep in, just let them go. Just notice that you notice. And bring the mind back It likes to race and run. And when you notice it, wow, that's really quite a great step toward focus. Just noticing that the mind wandered. Continue the long breath, noticing yourself, eyes rolled up, breathing, rounding up, and exhaling and releasing. Patience. Good. Continue the breath for another minute or two. So efficient we are that in just a few short minutes we can change everything. Maybe today, when life presents itself and there's that moment where you need to be patient, just pull in the breath and exhale and focus. That mantra in your mind, patience. Try it. And may the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. I'll let the birds and bulls sing to you for a while, and you can continue to breathe. Patience. Have a great day.